cannot have my name. You have my blood. The man who passes the sentence should swing the sword.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
You don't want to wake the dragon, do you?
Power resides where men believe it resides.
The things I do for love. You know, the boy lives, he'll be a cripple.
I'm guilty of being a dwarf.
There is only one God, and his name is death.
And there is only one thing we say to death. Not today.
Got to add myself to the fucking screen. Jesus Christ. How's everyone doing? I'm here alone tonight. It's just a solo horseman / Ryan Milky live, so I will be talking about Game of Thrones. Just there's your fair warning. Watch my view numbers go straight down. How's everybody doing? What's everybody up to? 4 people in the chat. Let's go. Guys, I'm a week late as always, but hey, wouldn't be a Ryan Milky show without it, would it? So we are going to go through episode 2 tonight, episode 1 of season 2 of Game of Thrones. I do have a slideshow thing, as always, which is really cool. And we also have some meme of the week. We have some cool memes. I have some clips to play throughout the episode. There's been some great Game of Thrones memes going around. A lot of you have probably already seen them, but I'm going to be showing them anyway. But I need somebody to say hello to me in the chat, because we did this last time and nobody spoke. And there's 4 of you, so somebody's watching. I know I'm watching. So, you know, hey, Christina, thank you for saying hello. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. See, it's easier when I know that there's somebody there that I can talk to. I'm not just talking to the corner of my room, because that's sometimes what it feels like. Please bear with my internet if it's terrible tonight. I will try to do my best. I don't know if it's going to be good or bad. But just bear with me a second, because I do need to bring something up on my phone so that I can try something in chat. Because I added a bot to the chat. So just give me 1 second. How is everybody's weekend planned? Let me know what you've got coming up this weekend. I'd love to know. Okay, so I'm going to put that in chat and just see if the bot responds. I don't know if it's going to. Tell Talks is in the chat. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you, my friend. And Nightbot worked. Let's go. He goes, welcome to the stream. Make yourself at home in Westeros. Feel free to join in the chat. Share your thoughts on today's episode. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm helping with a charity event. Christina, I completely understand. Thank you for letting us know. I won't pile on you too much for not commenting in the chat. But yeah, I'm so glad that Nightbot's working. Took a while to get it going. I've got more commands that I can put in. So over the next coming weeks through the Game of Thrones live streams, I will be making some changes to the channel with moderators and things like that. I'll be letting moderators know, and I'll also be giving moderators the commands that you can put in chat that will bring up certain stuff throughout the streams, just trying to make chat a better place for you guys, a more engaging place for you guys while you listen to me ramble on about episodes of Game of Thrones that people aren't probably watching, because it's how old is the show? I don't know. I'm still reading the books at the moment. I picked them back up again as I'm going through the series, so I'm on the 2nd book, which we are loving. It's good. I love all the books, as you all know. But yeah, guys, without further ado, let's get into it. This is a Horseman live stream because it's Friday night and I am Horseman. And Charles is busy at a convention tomorrow, so I think he's ready setting up for that. We always say life comes first, so we wish him well at the event tomorrow, and we will speak to him next week, I'm sure. He'll be back. best film you've seen this year, Deadpool and Wolverine. It's really, really easy. Like, it really was the best film I've seen this year. It was hilarious. Does that shock you that it was so quick? I saw a Game of Thrones lounge fly today at Marshall's. Was red. Is that a house colour? Yeah, it's probably the Targaryen one. Or it might have been the Lannister one, because you have the Lannister red as well. So, you never know. I would guess, though, Targaryen with it being lounge fly. Big deep breath. Open a Monster. Let's go with the Monster Energy Nitro Cosmic Peach. That is today's beverage. This feels so weird being on my own. There's like nobody to bounce off. I've got you guys in a chat, but it's waiting for the replies. So guys, without further ado, let's just get into this, right? Let's do it. So last season ended with a new king, Joffrey Baratheon, who we know not to be a Baratheon at all, but the child of an incestuous relationship of Cersei and Jaime. I mean, just sort you out. You must be considered a Deadpool fan now then. Yeah, bro. I thoroughly enjoyed Deadpool and Wolverine. And majority of my enjoyment from the movie was Deadpool. I felt like it was perfectly executed. I don't know. I just, all the other two films, I just feel like it's very, very blasé and very in your face, but that's the way it's supposed to be, isn't it? You know? So who am I to belittle it for what it is exactly doing? But hey, you know, it's a good movie. It was a good movie. I enjoyed the third one, and I hope for another one. It'll be fun. The death of the previous king, Hand of the King, Ned Stark, who tried to uncover the truth, and Ned's son Robb, girding for a war against those responsible for his father's death. Plus, Daddy's got dragons. We see Dragonstone on the map. During the opening credits, we see a new location, Dragonstone. Dragonstone is a volcanic island in the Blackwater Bay of the east coast of Westeros. As its name suggests, it's housed the ancestral home, Dragonstone Castle of the Targaryens. We have this little shit. This horrible little shit. It's a beautiful sunny day in King's Landing. Perfect weather for murderous battles to amuse the teenage king. We watch a brutal duel held on a wall walk, or a lure, as I learned as I was writing this, at the Red Keep, and one man falling to his death. The mountain is victorious again. Joffrey is quite tickled at the outcome. Well struck, he says, now watching men fight to the death from the amusement. He isn't any without someone to share it with. So he asks his betrothed Sansa what she thought of the battle. I love it. We had 4 viewers at the beginning. I start talking Game of Thrones and we go down to 1. But guys, I'm not going to change because that's me. And that's the live that I'm doing tonight. So I appreciate you if you are here. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This isn't the regularly scheduled Horseman content, but I'm the only one here, so I make the rules, right? Corey! Good to see you, Corey. Good to see you. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. I know it's quite late. I hope you're feeling a little bit better. I definitely hope you're feeling a little bit better. Sansa's getting enough screen time off me. But I just wanted to drop another thing in to get the bot to work. Eventually, I won't need to do all this because we'll have people in the channel that'll do it. But we put !episode in the chat. And you guys can do this too, I think. I don't know how it's all set, but Nightbot should let us know what episode we're watching this evening. There you go. Nightbot has let us know. Today we're breaking down Game of Thrones Season 2, Episode 1. Game of Thrones theories, favourite moments and predictions. Share them in the chat. So you guys can engage with Nightbot throughout the evening, and you can do all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I'll let you all know what's going on. I'm doing better, thank you, dude. Just still pretty achy. Hope you're better too. Yeah, I'm okay. My headache was absolutely killing me the other day. I was dying from it on the sofa, and I've been sleeping way too much. Honestly, I've been sleeping way too much. To say I don't do anything at all, I've been sleeping too much. Sansa recently saw her father decapitated, remember? So she's alone in the capital with no friends or relatives, and she's engaged in a sadistic psychopath who has already promised to kill more than her family. So forgive her if she's a little confused on how to answer a direct question. She mimics Joffrey, thinking what could possibly please him more than his own words. But that doesn't work, and he gets mad, and you don't want to see him mad. It's like happy, but deadlier. I think we've got a clip here of what she says.
You can't!
What did you say? Did you say I can't?
I only meant it would be bad luck to kill a man on your name day.
What kind of stupid peasant superstition?
Interesting. Interesting. What kind of superstition is that, Sansa? And yeah, we see the scene. Oh, my screen went blue for a sec. Time for the next duel. Only one of the participants has had way too much mead. He's sloshed and a sloppy mess and in no position to put on a good fight. But Joffrey is going to get his entertainment value out of this guy one way or another. He devises a plan to drown the man in wine, a punishment he feels fits the crime of displeasing him. Sansa has seen enough cruelty for a lifetime, so she tries to stop Joffrey. You can't, she exclaims. Joffrey gives her the what the fuck look. He's not used to hearing can't, even from such a posh accent. She looks next in line to lose her head until she quickly comes up with a ruse. It would be unlucky to kill somebody on his name day. And the Hound corroborates that by protecting her. Joffrey ridicules Sansa, and her silly northern superstitions, and then out of nowhere the Hound comes into her defense. He vouches for her, I'm sure, made up superstition, and helps Sansa spare the poor man's life, at least for today. The Hound is such a confusing character. His brother is easy to figure out. He is evil. He is evil personified, but the Hound is far more nuanced and seems to possess a soul. Yeah, definitely check out the Hound video I dropped on the channel. It's a very good video. I'm very proud of it. It's a good one. Perhaps embodied by the support, Sansa goes further to her attempt to save this life. She picks up on what Joffrey said, how foolish Sir Dontos is, and jumps in on it. You're so clever to see that. He'd make a better fool than a knight. A quick death is too good for him. He should perform for you. Truly brilliant. She's figured out how to manipulate Joffrey without even realizing what's happening. Nice for her to have this small sense of power in an otherwise powerless situation. Dontos almost blows it by thanking Joffrey and Sansa, but Joffrey misses it. I would love to know in the chat how everybody's weekend's going and what you thought of episode 2 if you have watched it. I know that I'm 5 days late from doing this content, but I want to get back on track for Monday, so we will be back. But bear with me tonight as we go through this. I'm not sure how many slides we've got, but we'll get through them. And we've got some memes at the end, and then we'll be out of here. Yeah. Here come Tyrion to the rescue. He greets his king/nephew. We looked for you on the battlefield. You were nowhere to be found. Joffrey sputters about how he was needed at the capital and ignores Tyrion. Ignores him while showering. Yeah, did I spell that right? Showering his other niece and nephew with love. They are happy to see him as Joffrey is tickled, and the nature debate continues. Nature-nurture debate continues, while birth order seeming to be something of an indicator of doucheness. So the firstborn, was the douche. Tyrion offers his sincere condolences to Sansa for her loss, but Joffrey is appalled that she would mourn a traitor just because he was her father and she loved him and he was pretty awesome, even if he gave her a lame dole not long before he died. Sansa mouths some words she thinks Joffrey wants to hear, and Tyrion looks so sorry for her. I liked this episode. I'll have to rewatch it on the weekend. Hell yeah, Corey. And then we'll be on episode 2 for Monday night. So yeah, if you get a chance, watch episode 1 and episode 2. You get a good 2-hour binge there, and you'll be back up to speed with me on Monday night. We have an actual scene of a small council, although I'm sat on my own on this small council. Well, not on my own. I've got Corey here. We're part of the council. Congratulations, Corey. I don't know if I think you might have caught on, but the Nightbot has infiltrated the Instagram group chat, and you got a promotion, bro, from Lord of Whispers, I think it was, to Commander of the City Watch. So you kind of got a promotion. So congratulations. And your giveaway box was shipped this morning as well, so I will get tracking to you in the morning and you'll be good. But we the viewers have something to celebrate on this name day. Not much of a small council here tonight. Exactly, right? But we the viewers have something to celebrate on this name day. There's a new sheriff in town. Joffrey didn't expect Tyrion, and this seems to confuse what he's doing here. He's not the only one. The small council is blathering about how long the winter will be and what to do about those commoners who expect to eat, and Cersei doesn't even consider letting them have cake. when who should come in and shake things up, the new hand of the king? Was it just me, or did Cersei not seem excited about having her baby brother there? Yeah, I saw that awesome promotion. I know, right? Nightbot's a bit crazy, bro. Nightbot's he's not under control at all. Cersei is apologetic, which means she raises an eyebrow. How could he have tricked father into doing this? Tyrion tells her the truth. She brought it on herself by failing to control her son. But Tyrion is only to learn that Cersei's lack of oversight has cost them dearly. He had 3 Starks to trade for Jaime, but she let her son lop one heads off while allowing a second Arya to escape. Tyrion is here to make sure that there are no more screw-ups in the future, and he couldn't feel any more smug. Where are my clips? Because I'm sure I've only played a couple.
Her father was a confessed traitor.
But still her father. Surely having so recently lost your own beloved father, you can sympathize.
My father was a traitor. My mother and brother are traitors too. I am loyal to my beloved Joffrey.
She is loyal to her beloved Joffrey, indeed. Okay, so the next one is the red comet, which is coming up. North from here, Bran Stark is the man of the house being Winterfell and the big cheese. It falls to him to listen to all the townspeople's complaints and problems. Bran is spunky and won't let anyone badmouth his brother Robb, who is leading a battle to defend the North from the Lannisters. Master Lewin is there to help him rule and learn what being a Lord of Winterfell entails. We switch to Direwolf POV, which is very interesting and one of the most amazing things in the books. If you haven't read the books, I definitely suggest you reading them just for these scenes. I'll always feel bad for Sansa. I feel bad for Sansa in the first 2 seasons, and then I hate everything that she does after it. And in the end of the show, Corey, I'm sorry to say it, but Sansa is one of my most hated surviving characters. Yeah, I know Charles isn't here, and it's probably a spoiler, but I should have said that. Yeah, but I hate her. I really do. In the end, she makes so many bad decisions, but it's not her fault. It's the writing. It's, you know, Dan and David, they didn't have anything to go off. They don't know the story of Sansa in the books of George's telling. So yeah, we switch to the Direwolf POV when we look up and see the comet blazing red across the sky. The Direwolf looks at the reflection in the pond. Then we switch to Bran in Slumberland. The Direwolf no longer takes him into the crypt in his dreams. So what, if anything, does this new location mean? Interesting. And then we do get to see the comet.
Fall from men. Red comet means one thing, boy. Dragons.
Dragons are all dead. Been dead for centuries.
Interesting. Bran doesn't know everything. Bran is saddled onto Hodor and a reverse baby Bjorn, and the wildling Osha is with them as he goes to investigate his dream. They talk about the strange comet and what it could mean. Some say it's an omen that Robb will win the great victory in the south. Osha said that she's heard some call it the Lannister Red and that it means that they will rule the 7 kingdoms. Still, others say it's the colour of blood for Ned Stark, but Osha has her own theory. Dragons. Did she watch last season's finale? Hey, Kenneth. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Let me try another command in chat. We'll go with !house. Let's see what Nightbot's got to say about that after this one. Across the narrow sea, the comet is hanging over Dany's small line of followers as they walk through a dry, desolate wasteland called, appropriately enough, the Red Waste. Dany's horse, her wedding gift from Drogo, passes out and Dany is losing hope. But Jorah tells her that they are marching the right way east to the sea. Dany decides on a plan. She asks 3 of her strongest men to each travel in opposite directions, looking for any sign of civilization, then come back and report on their findings. She's going to lead her people, but not by just marching blindly. Unleash the dragons, says Quickjaw. Hell yeah, Quickjaw. I'm here tonight. That's what I said at the start of the live. I'm here tonight on my own, so I make the rules. And I know Horseman isn't always solely Game of Thrones, but it's going to be tonight for a little bit while we go through what I need to catch up. Nightbot has an answer. House of Ogres. Ooh, What house are you in? Stark, Lannister, Targaryen, or something else? Share your house pride in the chat and represent your family. Corey is a Mormont. Quickdraw is an ogre. No, are you not the house of Mama Quickdraw Cookies? That's what you should be, the house of cookies. The infamous Mama Quickdraw Cookies. Love it, love it. I do have some more commands which we will go through later on. Did I read that last one? We get a respite from the heat as we shift to the north. This is the search of the rescue party organised to find out what happened to Benjen Stark and what the hell is going on north of the wall. They stop at a small town, Craster's Keep, and Sam must think of a mirage. Think it's a mirage. Oh, those girls. But his brothers tell him to stay away. The guy who lives there, Craster, is a pretty territorial about his daughters and his wives, who just so happen to be the same thing. Sounds like a new TLC show in the making. John asks an interesting question. What does Craster do with all his sons? Do we have a clip? Not quite yet. Lord Commander Jorah Mormont is asking Craster if he's seen Benjen Stark, and his plan was to come through this way. But Craster says he hasn't seen him for 3 years. Apparently he and Benjen weren't the chummiest duo. John manages to tick him off immediately, like uncle, like nephew. Mormont wants to know what's going on up here. Wildlings are abandoning their homes. Craster claims that they're relocating north to join the Mance Raider, the former Night's Watch brother who broke his vows and moved north to claim the title of King Beyond the Wall. Craster thinks Mance is gathering an army. But Craster isn't worried. He has a nice cushy thing with his obedient wives and daughters, and he proves it by having one recite what he's taught her and how happy she is freezing and living as somebody's sex slave. He shows his guests some Craster hospitality. They can sleep there, but if anyone touches one of his wives, he'll lose that hand. Not hard to imagine what one would lose if it goes any further than that. And I think I have a nice little clip here of him telling, Craster warns the Night's Watch.
Any man lays a hand on one of my wives, he loses their hand. And I see this one staring too long. I might just gouge his eyes out. Your roof, your rules.
Your roof, your rules. I think we have another little code thing I can put in here. Just see if we can get the Nightbot to work again. Milky Breakdown. Oh, sorry, exclamation mark Milky Breakdown. I wonder what that one's going to throw back. When they leave the tense meeting with Craster, Mormont is pissed at John. His mouth couldn't get them all in trouble. He needs to remember his place. And Nightbot has let us know that Ryan breaks down every single Game of Thrones episode scene by scene. Join him every Monday or Friday, depending on when I actually do the live, for in-depth discussions and epic predictions. So I'm really pleased with Nightbot so far. I know I programmed it, but your roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker. Love it. Absolutely love it. Do we have a clip from that one? You want to lead one, eh?
Who am I? Who am I?
Lord Commander.
And who are you?
Jon Snow.
Who are you?
The steward.
You want to lead one day? We'll learn how to follow.
Ooh, we'll learn how to follow, says Jorah Mormont. Interesting. The sun has set and the comet is still visible in the night sky. We hear a woman's voice praying to the Lord of the Light. This is Melisandre, and we are on the island of Dragonstone. Ding, ding, ding. There's a religious ritual going on where what she calls the false gods are burning in effigy. She is leading a group as they set fire to a large statues of the old gods to curry favor with the Red God. An old man, Mr. Crescent, runs in, painting. He's late for the ceremony. He tells another man, Davos, we need to stop her. He is upset that their old gods, the Seven, are being rebuked. Melisandre comes over to him, all mysterious and dangerous. You smell of fear. she tells the old man. She challenges him to try and stop her, but no one wants to join with him, so he retreats. She goes over to the stern-looking man. It is a late king brother, Stannis Baratheon. She tells him to grab Excalibur the lightsaber, fiery sword that signifies that he will be the bringer of light, the one to rule all. When a girl offers you something like that, you cannot say no. He grabs the sword, smartly in a gloved hand, by the way. He's not Danny, and plunges it into the ground, and the people go crazy. The cranky maester and Davos talk afterwards. Crescent does not at all like where this is going, but Davos is loyal and starts singing, I will follow him. Sorry to interrupt, but Tony Todd just passed away. He played Candyman in the Candyman movies. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. To his family and to his friends and to anyone that really enjoyed his work. I'm not a massive horror fan, so I know of him, but I haven't seen Candyman. Yeah, that's horrible. Corey, thank you for sharing. Please don't be sorry. Damn it. Damn it.
Lord of light, come to us in our darkness. We offer you these false gods. Take them and cast your light upon us. For the night is dark and full of terrors.
For the night is dark and full of terrors. I love that line. I absolutely love it. So here, I don't know if these are clickable in the chat, guys, because I'm not over on YouTube. Oh, they are. I can see them in my phone. That's sick. So stay connected. You can follow me over on Twitter at x.com/RyanMilky14, Instagram at instagram.com/RyanMilky14, and also on YouTube on the same channel that you're listening to me on right now. So if you haven't hit that like button, you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It's free to do so. Just lets you know when I drop a new upload, which isn't very often, to be honest. And yeah, it helps me out a bunch. So if you could just do that, I would really appreciate it. Let's continue. Half an hour in.
In the ancient books it's written that a warrior will draw a burning sword from the fire. And that sword shall be Lightbringer. Stannis Baratheon, warrior of light. Your sword awaits you.
Absolute badass scenes. Love it. Mathos Esquire, also Davos' son, is writing a letter to Stannis to sign, and we get great insight into the late king's brother. He won't lie. He wasn't my beloved brother. He won't sugarcoat, and he is proper. The letter exposes the truth about Joffrey, that he is not Robert's trueborn heir. It also takes Marcella and Tommen down with him. Stannis has learned from very headless Ned not to keep important information that explosive secret, but it makes sure everyone in the Seven Kingdoms knows the truth. Davos suggests that Stannis and his younger brother Renly join forces against the common enemy, the Lannisters, but Stannis won't hear any of it, not while Renly is calling himself king. He doesn't care how popular his brother is, the line of successions are clear. He also won't work with Robb Stark because that would entail naming him as king in the north. It's Stannis, one true ruler or nothing. Awesome scene. I agree, Corey, completely. I appreciate you being here, bro. Really, really appreciate it. You know that. And you, everyone else in the chat, but especially Corey, because he's part of the council. And this is not a council regular night. Krassen stands and pretends that he's suddenly just fine with Melisandre disavowing his gods and offers a toast. Not that anyone would have been fooled by his 180, but Davos doesn't help things by saying don't. The old master drinks from the goblet of fire, see what I did there, and hands it to the Melisandre, and she hesitates, and then as she starts slurping blood, but she hesitates, and then as he starts splurting blood out of his mouth, she coolly drinks down the poison with no effect. Okay, she's not your ordinary religious zealot. She is pretty crazy, this woman. Yep, and then we're coming on to the Jaime scenes. Robb Stark goes to visit his prisoner Jaime Lannister and brings his direwolf Grey Wind with him from Muscle. He's been taking the Kingslayer with him as he moves his army south. Jaime tries to intimidate and hinge Robb, but this time Robb has something on him. The ravens that have blackened Westeros telling everyone the truth of Joffrey. Jaime pretends to be unruffled, but it's not good news that the secret he was willing to kill for is now realm-wide gossip. Robb is sending his peace terms down to King's Landing, but Jaime gives him one of those "I don't think you know who you're dealing with" warnings. Then Whitefang comes up and snarls at Jaime just for fun. And it's one of the best scenes ever. I have this named in my clips as Jaime calls Robb a boy.
With yours. Smart boy. What's wrong? Don't like being called boy? Insulted.
Then Robb replies with this.
Will you insult yourself, Kingslayer? You've been defeated by a boy. You're held captive by a boy. Perhaps you'll be killed by a boy.
Perhaps indeed. In King's Landing, Tyrion's whore girlfriend, Shay, is having her Carrie Bradshaw moment, rhapsodizing about life in the big city. But Tyrion wants her to be careful, lest his father find out that she's there. Cersei asks for Littlefinger's help locating the missing Stark hostage child, Arya. Littlefinger has no clue where she is, but he thinks that Varys, with all of his little birds, might have heard something. Interesting fact about Littlefinger. The mockingbird pin he wears is his own sigil. Not coming from a storied family, he has started his own, a truly self-made man. And that echoes what Larys did in the first season of House of the Dragon, because Larys burnt down Harrenhal again with his father and his brother in the castle, and Larys then became the one and only surviving member of House Strong, basically. And then he decided that he was going to make his own Firefly emblem, and it was like the bumblebee, and he chopped the tongues off those people, and basically he just made his own house up, and a lot of that happens in Game of Thrones, and some of them get to quite high up in the ranks, and some of them don't quite, and they quite surely should be as well, to be honest. But yeah, I like that they point out that Littlefinger, is very subtle, but if you watch it over and over like I have, and like everybody is, it jumps out to you. It definitely jumps out to you. Cersei lets Littlefinger know that she knows all about his childhood obsession with Catelyn Stark, and he gives it right back, letting her know that he knows all about her brotherly obsession with Jaime. She's just about had enough of him when he tries to get old. When he tries the old knowledge is power adage, which we have here.
She had eyes for another.
When boys and girls live in the same home, awkward situations can arise. Sometimes I've heard even brothers and sisters develop certain affections. And when those affections become common knowledge, well, that is an awkward situation. Indeed, especially in a prominent family. Prominent families often forget a simple truth. I've found.
And which truth is that?
Knowledge is power.
Interesting indeed. Knowledge is power. Corey, I want to ask you, and anyone else who has seen this episode and is watching along with us, how stupid was Littlefinger in that moment? Like, why would he even say those lines and those verbiage of words to Cersei Lannister, surrounded by Kingsguard? I don't get it. Littlefinger is such an interesting character. I completely agree, Corey. He's so nuanced and so deep and misunderstood in so many ways, and also completely understood in every other way. Yeah, it's definitely a stupid idea. But yeah, I am working on a Littlefinger video, just like the Hound one, just as high production. It's going to be a little bit longer though, because there's so much content to take for Littlefinger to tell a kind of story like that. So yeah, stay tuned. I can't wait to show you guys those. Robb explains to Alton Lannister that his terms are for peace. He sends the Queen's Regent cousin off with his demands: return of his sisters alive, return of his father in his moribund condition, and with as many parts as possible, burial as possible, with as many parts for proper burial as possible. Return of those loyal to the Starks and freedom of the North. Robb will give them Jaime and withdraw his army. It seems no one thinks the Lannisters will take the deal, so Theon Greyjoy suggests that he could be part of the plan. I don't want to know why they call him Littlefinger. Maybe you do, bro. Maybe you do. And I love that you're even questioning the fact that it shows to me that you're some part here for me, if not for the show. So I appreciate you. And yeah, I would love it if you watched it one day and text me or DM'd me and goes, Milky, Game of Thrones is actually good. Like, shit. I'd be like, I've only been talking about it for years, bro. And then Cersei Lannister argues back, just because I do have that clip. Knowledge is knowledge, and she answers back.
Seize him. Cut his throat. Stop. Wait. I've changed my mind. Let him go. Step back 3 paces. Turn around. Close your eyes. Power is power.
Well, power is power. When she was telling them to turn around 3 paces, close their eyes, I just wanted to jump in and say, and click the subscribe button, because whatever she says, they seem to do. So I was trying to get like 4 new subscribers. I couldn't get in there quick enough. But yeah, speaking of Theon Greyjoy suggests that he can be part of the plan with Robb. His father, Balon Greyjoy, is the Lord of the Iron Islands. The one thing the Iron Islands has is ships. I bet you thought I was going to say iron. Anyway, if Robb wants to take King's Landing, he's going to need ships. Robb is hesitant to jump at the idea.
I'm not a Stark, I know that. But your father raised me to be an honorable man. We can avenge him together.
We can avenge him together. Corey says power is power. Hell yes. Ryan says Westeros fact, and Nightbot came in with a fact. Fun fact of the stream, did you know that the Iron Throne on set was actually very uncomfortable to sit on? It's made of fiberglass and resin, so it doesn't look as sharp as it feels. But actors would normally cut themselves. So it's cut off on screen for you guys, but I can see it down here. It's made of fiberglass, so it doesn't. And actors would usually cut themselves on set when filming scenes. So that's what that is. Power is Seeker. I like what you did there, Quick Joe. Love it. Power Seeker. Brilliant, brilliant. When Theon was young, his father had led a rebellion against the Iron Throne. His 2 eldest sons were killed, and his youngest, Theon, made a ward of Ned Stark. Theon thinks that he can ask his father to join Robb against the current occupants of the Iron Throne. But Robb's really distrustful mother, Catelyn, thinks that this is not a great idea. Cat warns Robb not to trust Balon Greyjoy. Cat is over everything and ready to go home and parent her 2 boys when Robb asks her to hang with him just for a little bit longer. She can ride to the Stormlands to meet Renly, Baratheon, and ask for his help. If his supporters join the Stark Bannermen, they might have enough soldiers to take King's Landing. He really sells this. He will crush them, then go home and all be together again, except for Ned. But it's everything she wants, so she agrees. Popping in the Show Me State is in the motherfucking house. Let's go, bro. What's up, bro? Wish I could join you. Just got home and got knocked for a few jobs out before bed. Bro, I completely understand, completely and utterly accept it. It's life comes first, yeah? And I thought, hey, instead of just taking another day off that I've been doing for the last couple of weeks or last couple of days, just get my butt into gear and go do a solo Game of Thrones Horseman live stream, because that's pushing my limits and boundaries. And I'm now into the swing of it, and I'm able to do what I'm doing, and I'm liking it. But at the start, it was a little bit iffy. I was like, oh, this is awkward. There's nobody to talk to. This is awkward. But Corey and Tell and everybody came in the chat, and they made me feel comfortable. So I appreciate all of you, and good to see you popping. Thanks for being here, brother. And I'm glad that you liked the episode. Loved this episode. Hell yes, bro. That's a good start. If you're liking the start of a new season, that's a good bloody start, because they only get better, I'm telling you. Let me keep up with my clips. Oh yeah, so it's Extreme Makeover, Iron Throne Edition, and Joffrey is more of a diva than any decorator on any of these shows. When he says he wants fierce, he literally means fierce. Cersei instead wants to discuss something actually important, like finding Arya Stark, so they would have greater bargaining power. She tells her son that he can't ask Gramps for extra men, but he bristles. A king commands, he doesn't ask. Joffrey mentions that he also heard an awful rumour about his mother and Uncle Daddy Jaime. Cersei brushes it off as all lies, but that doesn't stop Joffrey from asking about others who might have a claim to the throne. He figures King Robert must have been getting very busy all across the Seven Kingdoms before Cersei is such a stone-cold bitch. And he does. He asks his mother the question. This boy, I might hate his guts, but he's got bloody balls, I'll tell you that.
I had a disgusting lie about Uncle Jaime. And you?
Our enemies will say anything to weaken your claim to the throne.
It's not a claim. The throne is mine. Besides me and Tommen and Marcella.
What are you asking?
I'm asking if he fucked other women when he grew tired of you. How many bastards does he have running?
Ooh, how many bastards does he have running around? And it's kind of interesting because it lays onto the ending of this episode. That exact statement leads to what happens towards the end. So it's pretty crazy. I mean, we do have another command in the chat that we can see if Nightbot will return to. Because Charles came into the chat, we thought we'd put in !Charles prediction. And we'll see if Nightbot comes back with anything. It's been very well behaved so far and has been very expected with its comments. So we shall see. Now it's taking ages to reply. Cersei doesn't take this well and slaps the king in front of the workers from Lumber Liquidators. Joffrey is pissed and tells her that no one has ever slapped Ty Pennington, and if she does that again, she'll be chopped. He's so mad he can't even keep his reality TV show straight. A new hire is getting the tour of Littlefinger's brothel from Ros, a high-class establishment that caters to the upper class. When Lord Commander Janos Slint of the City Watch enters, he's looking for a woman, and he's come to the right place. The girl he's looking for is a new baby, with dark hair, just like Hythorda, the late king. Now Nightbot isn't working because I gave it such praise. Uh-oh, Operation Kill the Bastards is underway, and it's colder and more brutal than anything we've seen in Westeros before. When one of the guards hesitates to slaughter the innocent baby, Janos steps in and handles it himself, matter-of-factly, which is pretty brutal, and I hate the guy for it. Let's keep going. Slint gets to the blacksmith, Tobel Mott, and asks about the boy who used to work there. Gendry is his name, the threatened Mott tells him, and he went north to join the Night's Watch. You'll spot him by the bull's head helm that he made himself. Siege to the bull's head helm tossed in the back of a cart carrying Gendry, Arya, and the rest of the knights up the Knight's Road. And that is the end of my live stream with one video, not the end of the live stream, the end of the breakdown of the episode, with the one video at the end, which is his name is Gendry.
Gendry! His name was Gendry!
Where is the bastard?
The Night's Watch! Please stop!
Where?
They took him over the King's Road, heading north!
How will we know it?
He's got a bull's head helmet! He made it himself!
Find him.
Find him. Now Nightbot works. So, Charles, because you weren't here, my friend, the Nightbot didn't want to give me an answer to your prediction. I'll be having words with it backstage, don't you worry. But I just put in there !favourite character. And it's come up with a question for you guys in the chat. Who's your favourite Game of Thrones character so far? Let us know in the chat. Are you Team Tyrion, Arya, Jon Snow, or somebody else? Who is your favourite character so far in the show? We are 11 episodes in. We have literally just broke down the final, or the first episode of season 2, which was absolutely brilliant. And I appreciate you guys listening to me going through it as always. We're going to remove that from the back of the studio. We're going to click over here and we're going to click the meme of the week. We do have 2 videos to play, which you've probably seen on the internet already, but I haven't been live, so we're going to play them around.
Tonight.
It's me trying to multitask as always, guys. I've just put another. My favorite character from Quickdraw says definitely Jorah from Corey. Okay, Jorah Mormont is your favorite character. Quickdraw says my favorite character is the guy that comes in and mops up all the blood, a true unsung hero. Yeah, there is a lot of blood in the show. That's a very good point. The guys that clean up the place and the cooks and yeah, no, that's a good point. Still Tyrion for Charles. Okay. And I put in there exclamation last stream. And Nightbot said that if you missed last week's episode, you can catch my breakdown of episode 10, season 1, with the link down below. You can click the link in the chat and it'll take you straight there after this live stream, or you can go there right now. I would really love you to stay, but if you want to go and watch another video for another hour, feel free to be my guest. It gives me watch time. It all helps towards those numbers that us YouTubers are trying to reach. But yeah, guys, so I have a video here, right? We're going to play a map of Westeros. This isn't a meme. It's just a 1-minute map of Westeros that explains the names of the places on the map and where they are. And then it changes to after Aegon's conquest. It's a 1-minute long thing. I think it's like the short start, so I should be... So there you go. That is the map of where people live, basically, in the world of Westeros, and kind of familiarize yourself and your guys with the names of the places that I'm going to say in the chat. I did hear a beep in my ear whilst we were listening to that. His name is Charles is Always Late. How you doing, brother?
What's up, everybody?
Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Please don't be sorry. There's no need at all. This is, what's our motto, bro? Life comes first.
Yeah,
and you made it.
It's been a crazy week, so yeah.
Oh, it has been a crazy week. Yeah, I've slept more than I've ever slept all week, and I hate it. Honestly, it's been horrible.
Can you get some for me then too?
I could probably send some over, in a box. I'll probably got some.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm running a little short right now.
Yeah. What do you think to my new hat, bro?
What's that?
What do you think to my new hat?
I like that. Very nice. Very nice. Love it.
And then it has the studio tour thing on the back.
Heck yeah.
It's really, really cool. I appreciate you hanging in. So please give us your score on episode 1 of season 2. I know you've just come off the end of season 1. What did you think of the first episode?
I'm gonna give it like an 8-8.
8-8, nice. That's strong. I like it.
Yeah. It's actually stronger than most of season 1 stuff. So, I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again because I did watch it in the midst of naps this week.
As long as you caught the major key points of Joffrey being paranoid of other bastards out there, so he slaughters every other bastard, which is crazy. Littlefinger's defiance towards Cersei, and Rob's ignorance towards Jaime. As long as you catch those key moments in the episode, you're absolutely fine. Oh, and also there's a red witch that likes to say things. Just saying. She bows to the
red witches.
Yeah, I do, bro. She bows to some weird god, but like, I am the god of tits and wine, so like, she must be bowing to me. All I say is she can be in my presence as long as she keeps the necklace on. That's all I'm gonna say.
There you go.
But we did play Meme of the Week, so you have come at the right time. I don't know if you've seen any of these on the internet. Okay, so we've got 3 videos to play. One's 25 seconds long. One's 1 minute and 53, which is crazy, but it's an amazing little video. And then another one that's 2 minutes and 25, which is probably the one that everybody's seen. Let's enjoy them. Have you seen the Shrek memes that keep going around with Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon.
Some of them, yeah, some of them.
I think they're crazy, bro. I've seen Shrek, and I never want to get the feeling of Game of Thrones or get House of the Dragon. But now that I see these memes, I can't unsee them. We've played that one before, so I don't think it's that. Give me a second. Where is it? Did I even upload it?
Guys,
Maybe.
make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Let's go.
Thank you. Yeah, and I also have a command thing here. Corey says that the Nightbot is a great addition. I appreciate it, Corey. And I appreciate the Nightbot for all his work.
Yes, he's done a lot tonight, I see.
Yeah, I just put exclamation mark support. So we'll see if he fires back.
In the private, the group chat, he's a little sassy, but that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, he is. And he did come back with one. He said, if you want to support the channel, consider buying Ryan a coffee at buymeacoffee.com. Ryan Milton. Nice. Every bit helps keep these streams going.
Awesome. Yeah.
And they really do, guys. Every little bit helps. It's not required, but it would be nice. That's what we're going to say as a content creator that does all this stuff for free. It's very nice. Just I currently get $6, and I'll be very open and honest with everybody. I currently get like $6 a month through Buy Me a Coffee, and those $6 a month are the most happiest $6 ever because they've come from my community for the content that I created, and I feel like I've worked hard for those $6, and yeah, I love it. So thank you to everyone that's bought me a coffee and anybody that will.
Awesome. Yeah.
So here we go. We've got. I don't think you've seen these. This is Game of Thrones Panavision. 1950s style.
Oh man.
So I'd like to know if you would rather watch this version of Game of Thrones that I'm about to show you or the version that we do have currently.
Journey into a world where honor clashes with betrayal and winter is always coming. Welcome to Westeros. Here lies the noble House Stark, led by Eddard Stark, Ned to his pals, Lord of Winterfell, and a man so honest it practically hurts. He's got a loving wife, Catelyn, and 5 kids. There's Robb Stark, the eldest, ready to lead and protect his family. Sansa, who dreams of being a fairy tale princess. Next is Arya Stark, spunky and adventurous. Then we have Bran, who loves climbing. And little Rickon, the youngest. And let's not forget Jon Snow, Ned's mysterious bastard son who heads off to join the Night's Watch, a group of celibates who wear all black and guard the wall way up north against an ancient evil. Ned's got it all. Until his old buddy, King Robert Baratheon, asks him to be his right-hand man. And well, what could possibly go wrong? Let's bring in the Lannisters. We've got Queen Cersei, sharp as a dagger and twice as dangerous. Her twin brother Jaime, who's so charming he could sell ice in Winterfell. And Tyrion, the black sheep. He drinks, and he's got a comeback for just about everything. But across the sea we have Daenerys Targaryen, the last princess of a fallen dynasty. She starts out in a pretty tough spot. Sold off to a fierce horse-riding warlord by her no-good brother. But don't worry, she's got dragons in her future. A Game of Thrones, where honor is a burden, secrets are deadly, and where a Lannister always pays his debts. Coming soon to a theater near you.
That was cool.
That was very cool. Someone put a lot of work into that.
They did, yeah. And shout out to the Warden Cinematics. Such a good video. I would watch that right now. I don't care if it's a 1950s version. That looks so good. When I saw Cersei walking through the keep in that red dress, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind being Jaime for a day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That was cool, right, Corey? I agree. It's so good.
Yeah, that was a good rendition. I've seen some that was just like, yeah, AI generated and it's just horrible. That was really good though. That was well done. Well done.
Yeah, it was. It's crazy to think that Game of Thrones has been out for all these years, and I don't shut up about it. But I still find new things every week where people are using, today's advanced technology to revitalize this show and to bring more light to it. Like using AI to make videos like that on the best story ever to be told makes so much sense because it's such an epic story and adventure that we go on.
Yeah.
Here's another one, but it's Florida style.
Down in West Hollywood
Ned's king of the porch, but his seat's getting hot. John's a half-son, his roots kind of cross. Sansa's dreaming of a man whose teeth ain't all lost. Arya's in the yard swinging knives at a tree, and Bran's rolling round since he fell from that old TV. Out in Wester Hollow where the trailers lay, the Lannisters and Starks all fight every day. Everybody's related in this tangled up scene. King of the trailer park, that's the redneck dream. Cersei's in the yard, winking at her kin. Jaime's with his sister, and it ain't no sin. Tyrion's small as a stump, but drinks like a mule. He's guzzling down beer while y'all act the fool. Talons pulling strings, scheming in the dark. The mountains crushing folks, just tearing them apart. Out in Wester Hollow where the trailers lay, the Lannisters and Starks all fight every day. Everybody's related in this tangled up scene. King of the trailer park, that's the redneck dream. Joffrey's barking orders, making folks kneel, but the Holler's got eyes and his fate's sealed. Little fingers pimping girls, dealing in the shade. Varys hears it all, but silence gets him paid. Daenerys rolls up slow with gators by her side. Swamp Queen's in charge and she's ready to ride. Out in Wester Hollow where the trailers lay, the Lannisters and Starks all fight every day. Everybody's related in this tangled up scene. King of the trailer park, that's the redneck dream. Stannis holding tight, claiming he's the king, but down in the holler no one cares about a thing. Melisandre's lighting candles, preaching real odd, while Jon's still wondering if he's even Ned's squad. Hodor's just holding the door, bless his simple brain, but in the game of trailers only the ruthless remain. Out in Wester Hollow where the trailers lay, the Lannisters and Starks all fight every day. Everybody's related in this tangled up scene. King of the trailer park, that's the redneck dream.
Yeah, I'm all over that one. Yeah, I would almost watch that one before the 50s version.
So I always said I wanted to live in New York City, but I don't give a fuck, bro. If I ever become an American, I'm living there. Wherever that is. Because that's sick. I just love the beat. It's the down in West Virginia where the neighbors play. I love it. It's such a good song.
Yeah, it was very catchy.
Yeah, well, that one's going to stay on my StreamYard, guys, because that's probably going to make a return on quite a lot of these live streams. I absolutely love it, and I think it's class. And even Quick Draw, who usually says dragons are lame. Now this is a show I can get into with the Gator Queen. Love it. And Corey's there laughing. What in the redneck Game of Thrones insanity did I just watch? Says Jeremy. CPC.
I'm trying to think of the words for it. It's like a West Virginia is what it reminds me of, you know?
Yeah.
West Virginia, Westeros. So, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm in. Where do I sign up?
Well, what got
me was all of the like mobile homes right next to Westeros. I love that. That sold it for me. I'm telling you.
There's another one from Nightbot. Catch Ryan's next live stream every Monday as we dive into the next Game of Thrones episode. We'll see you there at 7 p.m. Central. I don't have any more memes to play. We played the one of the week. We played the 1950s. And we also played the Trailer Park Thrones, which we're going to keep on the channel. We had 15 different clips from the show today, and we didn't get kicked off YouTube. So thank you, YouTube.
Awesome.
We appreciate it. Yeah, but yeah, that's the end of my takeover. And I did the Game of Thrones live. I appreciate everybody that came out. Corey, Jeremy, everybody that's part of the small council. Charles, thanks for showing up.
Yep.
I appreciate you. What you got coming up this week? I know you've had a very busy week. Have you got anything content-wise that you want to announce on the channel?
I don't have any new videos coming out. I've got 2 that are shot, 1 that's edited. I just need to post it, but haven't been able to. Tomorrow we have a craft fair, which is where we were tonight. We're setting that up. I'm currently working on some stuff to get it done. And then Monday is Veterans Day, so thank a veteran out there. And Tuesday, let's check with veterans, 8 p.m. Central Time. We will have the one, the only old school nerd. He does a lot of heavy, and I mean heavy rock reviews of songs and videos. He does an awesome job with it. He has Twitch, Instagram, YouTube. I'm sure I'm forgetting Instagram. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. So we'll be talking to him 8 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday. Let's chat with veterans.
Awesome. Yeah, Old School Nerd is everywhere. Like, obviously, I followed him because I'm the moderator for Let's Chat, so I'm got my fingers in many pies, and he is everywhere. Like, every day I see his face on my phone. He'll be doing something new, or he'll be talking about something new that he's doing, and I love the way that he structures his videos on Instagram. It's like, hey guys, today we're going to be listening to this song, and he gives you the name of the song. It tells you to go check it out, and then come and check out his Twitch stream later where he'll be reacting to it live. Yes. And then he makes the YouTube content from his live stream on Twitch. I think it's genius. It genuinely is genius. So I can't wait to even ask him a couple of like YouTube questions, even if it's backstage and not on the stream, because I know it's a veteran focused stream. But I'm super excited to have a chat with him, and I can't wait to do that on Tuesday. But before Tuesday, we're going to be back on this channel, Ryan Milky 14. Question: I'm actually thinking of dropping the 14 because why is it even there, and does that make a difference for my channel's discovery? I don't know. If anyone is in the know and has any feedback on that, let me know.
Well, on mine, I changed my name over a year ago, and you can look it up either way. So I don't know that it matters all that much.
Okay.
Totally honest.
Okay. Rock on Milky, have a good night / morning. Thank you, Quickdraw. I really appreciate you stopping in tonight. Corey says, great stream, dude. Always, Corey. Always a pleasure. Can't wait to do the next one. I've already, got the slideshow done, everything, and we are going to throw the questions for Charles that I was going to do to Charles. All being well, that we can get together on Monday, then we will do that. We've called the channel The Incredible Milkster. That's a good name.
It is.
A good name. I actually quite like that, Quick Draw.
The Milkmeister. Yeah.
Yeah, the Milkmeister, the Incredible Milkster. I'm interested in that. Interesting. We might do a poll. Well, so yeah, like I was saying, we're going to be back on my channel, this exact channel, on Monday night. We're going to be breaking down the second episode of Game of Thrones Season 2. It just gets better and better. People start to die. Don't be loving too many people too long, because this is the show of failed abandonment of your hopes and dreams when you love characters. So just be careful, Charles. That is all I will say on that. In other news, I am selling my Daemon Targaryen signed Matt Smith Funko Pop over on eBay. If anybody is serious enough to be interested in it, you can reach out to me on Instagram and I will send you a direct link to my eBay page. I'm not going to put it in the post in the link now if nobody's interested in it. If you are interested, reach out, because I want to fund a trip. So yeah, that's for sale. Officially, it's now out of my mind. It's still sat exactly right there, but I don't own it anymore. It's for sale on eBay. So it's one of those.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's about it. I'm still reading my book, my Game of Thrones book. I did actually have to order a new copy of Fire and Blood because I spilt coffee on my other book 2 days ago. I was reading it in the car and I had a coffee and it spilt over a speed bump and I wasn't happy. So I gifted that to my friend on the road and I bought myself a new one because I don't want to have coffee stains on the book. If you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say. Charles, you will know in a later season. But yeah, guys, you probably do. It's all over the internet. But guys, that's about it. Don't forget to check us out Monday night. Check Charles out Tuesday night over on Let's Chat. We'll be joined by Charles, myself, Elam, and Old School Nerd. It's going to be a great evening and a interesting evening, to say the least, and an entertaining evening as well. You're probably going to learn a lot and maybe shed a couple of tears. So just be warned.
Yep, and if Quick Draw is still here, I don't know if he's left yet or not totally, but if you're here, you may really want to tune into that one. Again, he's into the heavy metal. I know you play some rock.
Power Seekers, where we are.
That might be a little, shoe in the door for you guys. To
maybe play an event or
demo.
maybe even get him to react to your music.
He's always looking for up and coming acts. So
Yeah, and he's always looking to react to stuff, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
Quick Joe is still here, and he gave you the cowboy hat and the howdy sign. So awesome. We will be getting on Fortnite at some point as well this week, I'm sure, because things have changed. Eminem is now in the game with his mom's spaghetti place, and there's a minigun that spits out the lyrics to a song, which is pretty cool.
Spaghetti's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah. Helicopters are now in the game. I mentioned to get on, bro, so it'll be good to play.
Yeah, me too. I played a little bit with LSAPC last night.
Yep.
We ended with a Battle Royale win, so we stopped it. So
I got to talk to my guitarist. He's a veteran himself, says Quick Draw.
awesome. Yeah, we'd love to chat with him if he's willing to.
Yeah. So, and Quick Draw, I'm sure you could accompany him if he's a bit nervous or scared, and you can just push him through the door of through the door of Let's Chat, and then close it behind him. Yeah, I'm terrible at outros. My name isn't Jeremy. Guys, I love you. Charles loves you. It's these kind of streams that make the difference to me and Charles as Horseman, to know that the world can be crazy and our week can be hectic, but on a Friday night, even if 4 of you are here in the chat, it means so much to us because we know our lives can be busy, so we only can expect your lives are also going to be busy at the same time.
Yes.
So, for you to give us the 67 minutes of your time on a Friday night is very much appreciated, especially for myself tonight going through this. And I know Charles the same, even though he came late. I know he still feels exactly the same as I do. They won't stop, guys. Even if we take a week or 2 weeks off or anything like that, we will always return. We'll always be here with more fresh content. Speaking of fresh content, if you did buy Thrilljoy on launch day and you spent more than $40 flat rate shipping throughout that launch day, reach out to customer service of Thrilljoy and they will credit you with a refund or whatever you bought. So
I did see that. That's an
I saw
upright
that.
company doing that.
That is very, very good. Yeah, because they didn't have to. People bought them, and they did. So yeah, there's your Funko news for the day. Or it's not even Funko really; it's still Joy. But you know what I mean, collectors.
Yep.
Guys, I love you. Charles loves you. The Horsemen love you. Randy, Jeremy, Rob, everybody. We all love you. Much love, everybody. Lurked most of the live but couldn't comment. Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend, peeps. No worries, Jeremy. Thank you very much for stopping in and let me know you're here. That means the most. And yeah, anybody that likes these streams, especially the Game of Thrones ones, come join me on Monday. Consider buying me a coffee. Good evening, good night, and we will see you in the next one. See you guys.